It's probably the biggest question we can ask, right? Are we alone in the universe? But that question, it just immediately brings up another one. If there is someone else out there, how on earth would we even say hello?
No, I mean really, just stop and think about that for a second. If you had to send a message to another world, what would you put in it? What would you want them to know about humanity? It's a huge challenge. We're talking about communicating across unbelievable distances, and maybe even across millions of years.
Well, guess what? This isn't just some sci-fi thought experiment. We actually did it. Back in 1977, we as a species crafted our own message, put it in a bottle, and launched it into the cosmic ocean. Actually, we sent 2 of them, and this is that incredible story.
Okay, so let's get into it. The whole reason this mission even exists comes down to just a stroke of pure cosmic luck. A planetary alignment so rare it gave us this tiny, once-in-a-lifetime window to explore the entire outer solar system.
So picture this. It's 1965, and a NASA engineer is just running some calculations when he spots something amazing. He realizes that in the late 70s, all the outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, are going to line up just right, an alignment that only happens once every 175 years. And that was the key that unlocked everything.
See, because of that alignment, we could use this brilliant trick called a gravity assist. Basically, the spacecraft could use each planet's gravity like a giant cosmic slingshot. It would zip by one planet, get a gravitational kick, and that would fling it toward the next one. It saved a ton of fuel and literally decades of travel time. All of a sudden, this grand tour of the outer planets wasn't just a dream, it was actually possible.
And just like that, the plan was a go. And here's a little bit of trivia for you, which is kind of funny. Voyager 2 actually launched before Voyager 1. But they put Voyager 1 on a faster, more direct path, so it ended up overtaking its twin and got to Jupiter first.
So, the spacecraft are on their way, and for the very first time, we were about to get an up-close look at the giants of our solar system. And let me tell you, what they found? It was beyond what anyone could have possibly imagined.
I mean, the stuff Voyager sent back from Jupiter, it literally rewrote the textbooks. For the first time ever, we saw that Jupiter had these faint rings. We had no idea. And then, even more mind-blowing, we saw active volcanoes erupting on its moon, Io, the first active volcanoes ever seen anywhere but Earth. Just that one flyby, it completely changed everything we thought we knew about Jupiter and its moons.
And it didn't stop at Jupiter. At Saturn, the discoveries just kept rolling in. Voyager 1 spotted new moons and gave us this incredible first look at Titan, this really bizarre moon with a super thick atmosphere and actual liquid on its surface. After Saturn, this is where the 2 probes went their separate ways. Voyager 1 started heading out of the solar system for good, but Voyager 2, it kept going. It became the first, and to this day, the only spacecraft to ever visit the ice giants Uranus and Neptune.
And just to give you a sense of this mission's legacy, check this out. When Voyager launched, we thought Saturn had maybe 15 moons. Today, thanks to the exploration that Voyager kicked off, we know of 146. That is just an unbelievable leap in our knowledge. But for all the incredible science, and it was incredible, there was this whole other side to the mission. Something more philosophical, more hopeful. It was that message in a bottle we talked about earlier.
So bolted to the side of each Voyager spacecraft is this beautiful 12-inch gold-plated copper record. Think of it like a time capsule. It has 115 images of our planet, of life, of science. It has spoken greetings in 55 different languages. It has music from all over the world, from Bach to Chuck Berry. And it has the sounds of our planet, things like thunder, whale songs, a baby crying, and even the sound of a kiss.
And the team that put this all together, led by the amazing Carl Sagan, they made a very specific choice. You won't find any pictures of war or poverty on this record, nothing negative. The message is deliberately optimistic. It was meant to show not just who we are, but maybe who we hope to be.
Okay, but here's the million-dollar question, right? Imagine you're some alien civilization, and you find this weird golden disc floating in space. How would you ever figure out what it is? It's a record player, a piece of 1970s analog tech. How could they possibly know how to play it?
Well, the answer is just brilliant. They etched the instructions right onto the cover of the record itself. It's basically a user manual written in the only language that might be universal, science.
The diagrams show you exactly how to play the record, what speed to use, and even how to reconstruct the images from the audio signals. Just pure genius.
So after zipping past the planets, the Voyager's main scientific mission was technically over. But their real journey, that was just getting started. Now they were just coasting, silently on a one-way trip toward the edge of our solar system and into the great unknown.
And in 1990, before they had to shut its cameras down forever to save power, NASA commanded Voyager 1 to turn around and take one last picture. From 6 billion kilometers away, this is what it saw. This is us. A single tiny pixel, a pale blue dot just hanging in a sunbeam. It's a photo that, man, it just changes your whole perspective on everything.
So when we say the probes are leaving the solar system, what does that actually mean? Well, scientifically, it means crossing a boundary called the heliosphere. The easiest way to think about it is like a giant magnetic bubble blown by our sun. Everything inside that bubble is basically the sun's territory. Everything outside, that's true interstellar space, the vast emptiness between the stars.
And then it happened. On August 25, 2012, after traveling for 35 long years, Voyager 1 finally crossed that boundary. It officially entered interstellar space. Its twin, Voyager 2, did the same thing about 6 years later. They became the very first objects made by humans to reach the stars.
And the crazy thing is, they're still out there, just going. Right now, Voyager 1 is more than 24 billion kilometers away from us. It's screaming through the void at over 61,000 kilometers an hour. I mean, try to wrap your head around those numbers. It's almost impossible.
But for us, their journey is coming to an end. The plutonium power source that's kept them alive for nearly 50 years is running out. Pretty soon, probably around 2025, their instruments are going to go dark, and our ability to talk to them will be gone forever. They'll keep flying, of course, but from that moment on, they'll be on their own.
But their message, that will last. For billions of years, they're just going to drift through the Milky Way, carrying our greetings, our music, our pictures. Just two silent travelers in the vast cosmic dark. And that really just leaves you with one final thought, doesn't it? If, one day, in some distant future, they are found, what story will our golden record tell about us?